Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I know. I'm on early again. Well, relatively, I'm on early tonight. Like I said, in an effort to keep sort of a regular stream schedule, and and in an effort to start things earlier, um, here I am. Um, I know it's 9 o'clock, but to me that's early. Normally, I don't even consider starting streaming until like between 11:30 and 1. But here we are. I hope everybody is happy and healthy. I hope things were profitable for you this week. Um, I hope things go well for you in the coming week. It is a Sunday, so some of you will be unfortunately making your way back into the office or the shop or wherever your place of work is. Have a good day. For me, I get to hang out with you guys way into the early hours of the night or the morning. As you can see on the menu, we're gonna look at some Diablo 4 stuff from a couple different streamers. I did not pre-order. I was burned fairly badly pre-ordering Diablo 4 or 3, and I didn't like Diablo 3 very much when it came out, and I lost quick interest in it very, very quickly. But I am a Blizzard fan, and I am a Diablo fan. I will get in on the beta when the public beta is available if I can, and I will be purchasing it once it comes out. But I'm not going to pre-order. I don't care enough. I have lots of other things to play right now. But we're going to watch some stuff anyway. And then I have a sort of spooky, sort of like it's all along the lines of the Dyatlov Pass incident from Archie's archive. And then we will go into Atomic Heart. We're about to exit out into the open world, or at least into the daylight, and deal with all of the challenges that go along with that. And we will end off the day with some weird history in the 80s. And we'll transition into the 90s too, because like really this is a little bit of nostalgia, but there was some really cool stuff in the 80s and early 90s. I believe 99 was the last really good year. No, I'm kidding, but it was a good year. 99 was a good year. And then we will end the transmission day with taps. And if you're not familiar, you will be when we get there. And this is just a little random shout out to military folk and veterans out there. We do appreciate all your service. And also, while I'm thinking about it, my buddy, his wife, she has a business. It's called Aha Wellness. Carla Rosado. I just focus. You can look them up online. It's a flower and it says Aha Wellness. I'm gonna have to get a better camera here soon. But I'm filming. Her goal is to help you create a life you don't need vacation from. She does crystal healing, and she also does life coaching. Um, and she's a cool gal as well. Um, so yeah, give them a look if you're interested, and yeah. So let's get on with the show. Um, oh yeah, okay. Move some things out of the way and put that. Huh? And somebody. Oh. Um, I'm sorry, guys. I'm just somebody text me, and it's kind of important. I want to answer this now, so she doesn't think I'm ignoring her. Um, okay. All right. And get my timer out because we need to observe tradition. And as a note on the whole taps thing, when I was in the Scouts, my Scoutmaster, I'm fairly sure he was in the military because we used to close out camp every day. Like at the closing of the day, we used to do taps. We even had a bugler for a time. Um, so. Um, it's one of those taps is one of those things that's always stuck in my head as sort of a prayer and a tradition, and also like when you're breaking camp at night, it's necessary. Make sure all your lights are put out and your fires are put out, and everybody's in camp and accounted for before everyone goes to sleep. So, yeah. And I sometimes like rituals and traditions are important to observe because some of them actually have practical benefits. There was a reason why they did them. So, yeah, let's get on with. Apparently, the Diablo Force, the sorcerer, is broken. So, let us see with there's also also a broken build for a barbarian that I saw that was frightening. Let me make sure I get my dab first before I he's all up in the picture. But like a barbarian has always been my least favorite class to play because it's purely melee. Not that there's anything wrong with the barbarian. I just if I was going to go melee, I usually preferred to go the paladin because it had defensive auras and stuff. Like remember Diablo 2 with thorns for the paladin? And shit used to be ridiculous. You get that all the way, you juiced it all the way up, and that you could just decimate your enemies before you got even into the main throng. And by that time, enemies were so thinned out that you wouldn't have too much work. Didn't always work. Sometimes they would get in there and they'd have the vampire thing, and they'd be taking as much as you've been trying to dish out. But such is Diablo. I miss Diablo 2 in the old days. That was such a glorious game. Just the base game before they went online and amped everything up. Diablo 2 is one of the greatest fucking dungeon crawler games ever. And fortunately, Blizzard's been trying to chase that fucking high for a long time now. I'm a little worried about Diablo 4. Like, I want it to be good. I want it to be meaty. I don't want to fucking hear about the primevals again. God damn it. We've had 3 motherfucking games with those motherfuckers. I know they're essences of evil, but they've been vanquished multiple times. Like, let's get some fresh blood. Let us kill something else or give us something older to fucking try to fight. There's lots out there. Fucking always going after Diablo. Like, I know it's his name, but like, put the motherfucker on the fucking back of the fucking milk carton or something, or make him a spokesman. I used to be a demonic despot like you, but then I took a fucking firebolt to the knee. Whatever. Sorry. So let's get on with yes. Sorry. Yeah.
All right, it's time for us to make.
Yeah, it's your boy. Oh shit.
Let's do it.
That's what happens. I forget that the fucking the TV room isn't on, and I'm already talking to you, so I don't think about anything. So let's go for that. Ha ha! We have visuals.
All right, we'll do World Tier 2. What the fuck was I doing?
This is probably going to look really spectacular when we sit down and actually get to play it. Like, I wasn't as turned off by the brighter colors of Diablo 3. I think they color corrected a little bit better in Diablo Immortal. I played that game. I played a lot of Diablo Immortal. I was not pleased with the monetization, but I was interested in experimentation. So I did sink, I don't know, maybe $200 into that game before I called it quits, really. Because once you get all the fucking the high level gems you need and everything, unless you are really planning to go all the way to the end, which like at some point I was intending to do, but then at some point I was like, fuck it, I don't care enough, and I put the whole game down. I hope the gameplay is there without the monetization and things are less restrictive than they were in Diablo Immortal. It was a better experience than Diablo 3. That's what I'm sorry. Except for the monetization.
There it is. Okay, alright, let's see some of these. We'll watch how some people die in game. I think that'd be funny. Okay, things are going good.
No,
Alright.
if I had been a streamer at the time when Diablo 3 came out, things might have been different.
Yeah, y'all see how he died? He's got no debuffs.
My view on
He was purely in the mechanic.
games is different now that I'm a streamer. Not really, but the way I look at certain things. Like my buddy Chan, he was talking about us doing a game review. And I'm down. But I don't think I have enough chops yet for me to have an authority, but any value to add to the gaming review space that already isn't going to be covered in perpetuity when Starfield comes out. So, and that's the first game that I want to do. It's at my forefront. That's the first review that I'd very much like to do because I'm a diehard Fallout 3 and New Vegas fan, and I know New Vegas was ostensibly Obsidian, but it was Fallout, or it was Blizzard style because it was their Gamebryo engine. But I'm a real fan of that. And if Starfield is anything like the Fallout 3 in New Vegas, I don't care about Fallout 4. I don't. I mean, it was good for the campaign, which I didn't finish because the choice of ending people to go with is fucking garbage. I did not like the linear path that I was forced to go down with Fallout 4. But anyway, so if they have 3 in New Vegas and throw in some Skyrim depth where that hybrid procedural generation and just stuff that's out there, shit.
Okay.
Then I'm really looking forward to Starfield, because it's that flavor, but it's in space, so I can go and I can look at different planets, and hopefully they'll have some different cultures, or every planet you go to is like really, really different from the next planet, and everything is rich and unique and really lovingly crafted, plus all the space and the building and the combat and the story. It's got to all be there, and you guys have the resources, you have the time. There is no excuse for you releasing a less than fucking polished game. Polished, not just it works. I don't want to hear it just works. I want to hear we've spent the last year and a half just polishing this game for you guys so that it is an awesome experience from the outset. That's what we want. I just want a complete game, especially if you're going to make me spend $70. $70. You understand what that is to lowly peons like myself? $70, that's a good chunk of what we can bring, of our paycheck, or even if it's not, even if we have some disposable cash, that's still a lot of money for a fucking product that isn't even working as advertised, and it's not even good. Like, all we want is a game that works. That's why, like, most of us fucking, like, go and troll on not troll, but we go and fucking fish on Steam for decent games. Because at least you're sure to find somebody that has a game that they crafted with love and intention, and a will to, like, make something that is good for you to play. You're Blizzard. Like, this should be, like, you shouldn't have any problems doing this. I don't care what internal struggles you have, which you, like, come on, guys. Like, what the fuck? But you are a gigantic motherfucking company. I'm sure you can fucking, all the fucking pressure you put on your people, you can come out with a game that is, please let Starfield be awesome. Alright, let's look at this.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? I appreciate y'all.
It's Rifle Gaming. I follow him too. He's good.
This one I'm going to be going over why you shouldn't miss the world boss fight against a Sheva. This is one of the world bosses that you can go up against in the game. And yeah, let's go ahead and get into this.
I saw Asmund get his ass handed to him during a Sheva.
Before it appears, the game will notify you, letting you know that the world boss is about to spawn in. As you can see here, for an example, this is where a Sheva will spawn at. She'll spawn right over here at the edge of the map. Keep in mind, you will be once again notified 30 minutes prior, so don't feel like you have to be here immediately at the time that the world boss comes in. Which that's what I want to get into next, before I get into why you shouldn't miss it. In case you don't know, this world boss only appears in the game at specific times, which is very important to know. For the early beta, which I'm currently a part of.
Fun fact. I had a Betamax when I was a kid. My buddy Dave, I gave that to him. I hope it's still around. Dave, if you've got my stuff, I wouldn't mind seeing if it's still... I mean, come on. There's probably some content we can make out of this. Anyway.
It spawned in the game at 2 p.m. Saturday, March 18th, Eastern Time, and also spawned in the game at 4 p.m. Saturday, March 18th, Eastern Time. And the game at 2 a.m. on Saturday, Eastern Time.
Sorry. Shout out to my buddy Gary, too. How you doing, buddy?
Time on March 19th, and lastly, 4 a.m. Sunday, Eastern Time on March 19th. So we haven't really got to experience this world boss all that much quite yet, unfortunately. But in the future, this is going to be the thing where players are going to join up together and take on these world bosses, which is just exciting to think about. So yeah, that's a little taste over how the world boss spawns into the game. Unfortunately, we haven't got to experience fighting these world bosses a lot quite yet, but this is going to be the norm for players to join up and take on the world boss together. There will be specific times where it'll come in, and you just got to keep track of those specific times so you can be a part of this fight. It's very rewarding, but very difficult at the same time, which I like. I like that. I don't want it to be super easy. Keep in mind, if you're going to be a part of the open beta for March 25th and March 26th, which will be open for even more players instead of just players who have pre-ordered Diablo 4, if you are going to be a part of the open beta, though, once again, on March 25th and March 26th, here will be the spawn times for a Sheva. The world boss will spawn into the game at 1 p.m. on Saturday, March 25th, Eastern Time, and it'll also come into the game at 3 p.m. Saturday, March 25th, once again, Eastern Time. And it'll also spawn into the game on 3 a.m. Sunday, March 26th, Eastern Time, in case you're also wanting to join in on this fight. Now let's go ahead and get into why you shouldn't miss it. Well, first off, the more players that arrive here to fight this world boss, the easier the boss is going to be, because we're going to be dealing out more damage against it. So I highly advise not to miss this. Once again, you will be notified 30 minutes before this boss actually appears in the game. So you have a countdowner that'll pop up for you. So you don't have to feel like you have to be at that exact spot without being notified. You will be notified in the game while you are playing, which is nice.
Like, if the game is good, I will play, and I'll play a lot of it.
Like, for example, a Sheva spawn over here.
And especially, I can forget that people are like that. I'm on camera when I play good games, like when I'm engrossed in Atomic Heart. That shit just
over here at the edge of the map.
y'all disappear like until I look up. Like
the area that the ball spawns at, and join in on the fight. I don't care how low of a level you are, just join in on the fight. Have a bit of fun. It's going to help you in the end get more experience and loot, which is what I want to get into next. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to take this thing down. Unfortunately, we didn't have a lot of players join in to help. It was really late though, so that makes sense. There's probably a lot of people.
Yeah, that's another thing. When this does go live, like the player, like it's going to be crazy trying to get the bosses before they die.
To help make more players aware. I know there's been already a few videos over this world boss, but it doesn't hurt to make another just to help once again more players become aware of this boss. But yeah, like I mentioned.
Oh, we always want the latest stuff from our favorite creators, so thank you.
Pretty awesome. Has a little neat spawn animation coming into the game. And here's how it leaves the game if you don't kill it in time. Pretty neat. Has an animation for it even leaving. But yeah, unfortunately I wasn't able to take it down with the players I was playing with. There just wasn't enough players helping out. I feel like if we just had maybe, I don't know, 5 more players.
Yeah, I'm sure it has an enrage timer.
It down. Got it a little below half health. But yeah, either way. And if you do die to it, if you aren't playing on hardcore, you literally spawn right next to it. So you can just jump right back into the fight.
That's handy.
Nice. You don't have to like travel super far to get back into the fight. You're literally right there. Anyways, what I want to get into next is the rewards you get if you do manage to take down a Sheva. This is another reason why you shouldn't miss it. You don't leave this fight empty-handed. I mean, you get a little bit of gold if you don't manage to kill it, and you get experience too. So you still, in the end, get something out of going here and fighting it, even if you feel like, you know, you don't have enough players.
I'm gonna go get a controller for
an
Xbox controller tomorrow.
Even if you feel like
from GameStop.
Just stick it out because
hopefully they have one on sale.
Here in the battle arena, the better. I feel like I've repeated that a few times, but I just want to make it clear. It's definitely important just to show up for this fight because the more players that are here, you know, the easier the fight's going to be. Also, if you are curious about what you do get if you do manage to beat a Sheva, there were a few posts out there on Reddit that were talking about what they actually got from defeating the world boss. As you can see here on this Reddit post, there are plenty of comments to go through. So there's plenty of people's experiences over actually defeating a Sheva here and what they got. So yeah, let's go ahead and start at the top here. It states here, a Sheva loot. It says you get 3 times legendaries for defeating it, and you get a Sheva spoil cache containing another 4 legendaries. So a cache will appear containing even more legendaries for you to get. Which, by the way, I believe this is what the cache will look like. As you can see, if you scroll over the World Boss event, it states rewards, weekly bonus spoils, and it has a picture of this box. So yeah, I believe this is what it looks like that you can pick up that'll have even more loot inside of it. So it's definitely highly rewarding for taking out this World Boss. I mean, obviously it better be highly rewarding because how difficult it actually is to take it down. But yeah, it also states here, my friend got 2 blues apparently, but in case you were wondering about the drops, that's what we got. And then it says edit, more info about
buddy.
The Sheva spoils caches a normal gray item that drops on the ground. So yeah, it starts out as an item that you can loot, which contains even more loot for you within the item.
Baby.
He is tanky.
My buddy. Everybody. He's not always on camera. Say hi. Say hi, Mr. Gomez. Hi.
So I'm sure a lot of you are curious. And it says here, sorcerers have it a lot easier due to the
I gotta give you your medicine. I keep slacking. I told you every day, all day today that I wanna get your get your medicine put on. I gotta fix this thing.
which I don't think that's completely true. I've seen some barbarians surviving.
So,
Yeah,
and I was talking to my mom. I'm going to see her tomorrow. Bring her some gummies.
But anyways, as you can see here, to get a taste of the loot, just going down the comments of this post, this person said, I got 11 legendaries in total. Wow. Awesome. This person said, I got 8 out of the boss and 5 in the chest that comes from taking out the boss, which at the top, that was just mentioned of how that works. You'll have to open up the normal gray item that drops on the ground, and it will contain even more loot. Also, it states here, I got 10 total, 6 legendaries as drops, and 4 legendary rings from the spoils, the grand cache. This feels very rewarding. Awesome. Anyways,
that is cool.
Said 3 legendaries from a Sheva, and 4 were in my chest. 3 weapons, 1 bracer, and 3 rings. Yeah, pretty awesome. Anyways, going down to even more drops, it says here, is a Sheva spoils guaranteed drop because I did not get it. This person below said, I didn't get the cash either.
You probably have to do it a certain amount of damage to be considered as like part of the fight. Like you can't just drop in at the very end and motherfucking get like one hit in and be like, yes, get a grand cash. Ha 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 ha. Smart Blizzard.
But if we go further down, this person stated, didn't get the cash, checked stash as well, nothing. Feels bad. And then they crossed out their comment and said, went back to a Sheva's location. It was dropped. So that's good to know. Someone below this person also said, perhaps the loot is based on damage dealt. I have grinded quite a bit and played full glass cannon. Need more info from others to be sure, but my friend was dead for large parts of the fight and barely got anything. So that's also good to know.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the reason why some of these players here are commenting that they didn't get the cash to open up the loot inside of it. Either way, this person thought they didn't get it,
but they did.
Went back and found it, dropped on the ground. So I guess you just never know. So yeah, that's something to keep in mind.
You never know.
As you guys are reading from these comments, it's highly rewarding. Let's keep going down just to prove a point. If this many players at once are saying what they got.
Yeah, no, make sure you go check out my YouTube page, American Gnome Productions. I've got a lot of content over there, some that I did before I started streaming. And I've got a couple of shorts up there now that are doing pretty well. And one that's not. But I would appreciate it highly if you could wander over and give that a gander.
Unless it is a drop, but I guess everyone gets it. Huh, I don't know. It's hard to say about this gray item, but either way, it definitely seems like it is something that's supposed to appear for players.
Alright, finally finish the ice cream cake. Let's see what we're on to next.
To try to pick up everything. Anyways, yeah, there's loads of comments just talking about
this
how
one
many
is nice
legendaries
and
they got. That's good to know. That's definitely a rewarding fight if you manage to take out a Sheva. That's another reason why you shouldn't miss this fight. As long as you know the times, just try to walk in around that time.
Fortunately, pliable does not equal ease of removal.
Because I was talking about this before. This person comments saying, as a barbarian, I just stayed under the feet and barely took any damage with the fortitude buffs from the skill tree. So that's good. Now, maybe that's why I was seeing this lone barbarian surviving longer than usual during my fight. There was a barbarian that was staying up close and personal. So, yeah, I guess it just all depends on your playstyle. But yeah, anyways, now I want to get into more information about a Sheva and the fight. Also, I'll get into a little bit more.
The fight.
This gigantic monster too.
Okay.
As you can
Let's
see here
see how
in the wiki, it
you get this off of here.
Wow. A sizable challenge should look no further. A Sheva, a whirlwind of pestilence, has recently emerged.
There we go. All right. That was less painful than I thought it was going to be.
Ability to coat the ground in a vicious poison. Her blades, which can cleanly cut through stone and flesh alike, are to be feared. Records appear to mention a way to weaken a Sheva, but unfortunately that portion of the page has corroded away.
Of course it has.
I wonder what a Sheva is weakened by. That's got me curious, because I honestly don't know. I've only went up against this thing once, after all. But I did do my research on knowing it is a rewarding fight, and we shouldn't be missing out on going up against this world boss. Anyways, Carrying on, it says, a shade of the pestilence is a gigantic beast, a creature of pestilence. She bears two massive forearm blades that can cut through stone and flesh alike, and can coat the ground in a deadly poison, which that is her fighting style. She loves to use poison. So be wary of that. If you have a highly poison resistance build, that may come in handy against her. Anyways, carrying on to her biography.
I fear not your poisonous gaze, nor your claws, fiend.
She slept under sanctuary for a long time before emerging in the fractured peaks during the reign of enmity. Journal entries recounting sightings of her were made, but the means to defeat her were lost. In game, a Sheva world boss in Diablo 4, she can be fought in the game's March beta weekends during the following times, which
March 25th, 10 a.m., 12 p.m. What?
And also, I went over the times to expect. In game, a Sheva world boss.
March 25th, 10 a.m., 12 p.m., and 10 p.m. and midnight Pacific Daylight Time. So, that is 3 o'clock Eastern Time. For the if you want to catch the midnight Pacific Daylight Time, I'm fairly sure that's 3 p.m. or 3 a.m. our time. Oh, okay. Oh, they're all Pacific Daylight Time. So that would be that's 1, 3, and 1 and 3. 1, 3, 1, 3. There you go.
In Diablo 4, she can be fought in the game's March beta weekends during the following times, which I've already went over these times to you guys. And also I went over the times to expect to see her in the open beta if you are going to be a part of that. Hope to see many more players go up against this thing so we can actually take it out easier. Anyway, trivia at the bottom here states, thematically, a Sheva is said to be a constant reminder that Lilith is watching, and that nowhere in Sanctuary is safe from this Thomas.
Fuck. Hold on. 1 second.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? I appreciate y'all coming in here and checking out this Diablo 4 video. And this one, I'm going to be going over why you shouldn't miss the world boss fight
and we were
against Sheva.
Here.
Sightings of her were made, but the means to defeat her were lost. In game, a Sheva world boss in Diablo 4, she can be fought in the game's March beta weekends during the following times, which I've already went over these times to you guys. And also I went over the times to expect to see her in the open beta if you are going to be a part of that. Hope to see many more players go up against this thing so we can actually take it out easier. Anyway, trivia at the bottom here states, thematically, a Sheva is said to be a constant reminder that Lilith is watching, and that Sanctuary is safe from hell. It is because of a Sheva that Candace Thomas joined Team. That's a little trivia for you guys. But yeah, I guess that's wrapping up this video, everyone. Hopefully you found this enjoyable and it was insightful. These world bosses that we can go up against in the game. I have to admit, this is a lot of fun. I feel like this is one of the best parts over Diablo 4. Just
as is tradition.
All the players and going up against one giant world boss. I feel like that just makes the gameplay so much better, being able to do something like this together. But yeah, I'm out of here, everyone. If you found this video enjoyable, by the way, consider taking a little bit of your time and leaving a like on it. The support is greatly appreciated. As always, that's totally
multitasking
here in the end. But yeah, appreciate it.
Oh yeah. And I've already liked that one, so let's go to it. This one. Yes.
Oh, thank God. Now I
yes.
Oh my God, bro. Remember whenever I died to this, everybody said I suck? Let's watch somebody else die to it. Yeah, see that? It's not my fault. Now he's gonna get the charge, right? Oh, that's smart. He had the thing. Yeah. Ooh, he's doing some pretty good damage though. That's impressive. Okay. Oh, he's just big dicking him. Nice. Oh, he's gonna kill him. Wait, what the fuck? He's gonna kill him. Oh, he got the knives buff from the thing, like Vampire Survivors. Yeah, he got him. So that was the buff. No way. No way. No.
And I've been aware of Asmongold for a really long time.
Paragon 100 back 10 years ago.
I've been watching YouTube for as long as he's been on YouTube, and the reason the reason I like Asmongold is 1 second. The reason I'm okay with Mr. Asmongold is that for the most part, I know, like as far as I've seen, he's a straight shooter. He admits all his flaws. He's all out there. It's what you see, which is what you get. I appreciate that. A little bit of genuineness goes a long way. And when he sticks by his like his way of doing things, like like he's a straight shooter, and he's got good information. We play some of the same games, so I find his information useful. Sometimes the useful information doesn't necessarily come from games either. He's a pretty intelligent individual, fairly level-headed, but like has the like the skeezy cred. You know what I'm saying? It's like he's on the level. Like it's like it's we're gonna try. It's like. He's been down in the dirt, and like it's just he's a good dude to get information from and enjoy yourself while you're doing it. Kudos to you, Mr. Asmongold.
All right, so here we go. Yes, Blizzard has been very busy today responding to the community about what's coming up next. Plus, some new updates just went live server side. What has changed? Well, we're going to talk about that in a moment. Also, some notable concerns.
This is open world games. He's really good too.
Design, area scaling seems to be a bit off, and much more. And remember, I'm doing a big PS5, Xbox Series X, and Nintendo Switch giveaway. So check it out in the pinned comment. Smash that like button if you're loving the beta, so let's do this. Alright, so first of all, we have this right here. Any word on bigger area for the beta next weekend or additional world tiers? Great question. A response from Blizzard right here. Adam Fletcher goes on to say this. Just Necro and Druid are going to be the expected new classes that we will be able to play with when it comes to next weekend's beta. I cannot wait now. Aaron goes on to say this. Thanks, Adam. I'm really curious to see how the other mechanics shape up that we haven't seen in the game yet. Paragon higher into items, etc. Have thoughts about skills, but hard to criticize praise when I lack the full picture. And we have a response from Blizzard. Guess what? Check it out here. We are doing a deep dive on that after the beta. So we are going to be getting brand new footage, brand new deep dive into Diablo 4's, I guess you would say, in-game Paragon system. So I'm excited for that. So look out for that now. Yes, there was a recent hotfix that went live. Here's that update right here. They said, here to share updates on the latest hotfix that was pushed earlier this evening. The hotfix contains updates to improve server stability issues.
It's been a big thing.
Going to be improving those few issues on consoles as well. Now, we're going to continue optimizing. Sure. Yeah, let's get into some of the right now. Check it out. Says, I'm going to say dungeons are not fun. I get it. We are.
I wonder if Asmund got his character back. I think he lost it when he got booted off the server.
Convincing because of how repetitive they are. Let me know if you agree with this or not, of course. Now, it says, finding a key, finding 2 cubes, open the door, brutally repetitive layout, not bored really fast. Now, you have to also remember we are in one zone. That's something to really consider. We're only in Fractured Peaks right now. There are 5 zones, and I think that they will alleviate that a little bit here, but I do get some of the concerns, especially when I went into another dungeon and faced off against the exact same boss I had faced off against beforehand. But then I thought, yeah, there's going to be 4 additional zones on top of this, so, you know, I'm going to wait and see what happens after the beta. Another post, which is really interesting following up on this. It goes on to say this right here. Blizzard, listen, these dungeons are shameful. The combat art are great, so this game has potential to be great. However, of the 9 or so dungeons that I completed, I saw the exact same layout in 3 of them, completely new dungeons, exact same linear pathing inside. This is a big letdown. The classics Diablo 1 and Diablo 2 were so replayable because of their randomization. I replayed a few dungeons more than once, and I am certain that the dungeons did not vary.
That's what I'm saying, man. Like,
this is
what I'm worried about, too. I'm like, how long have they been doing this game? I mean, for real, how long? Like, you know, it's gotta be a couple of years at least. And I mean, I know there are tile sets, but I don't know, man. Like, I've seen one dude fucking like make a massive motherfucking world that like you're like maybe not one dude but like a couple dudes, and there's so much flavor and so much motherfucking like charm and depth put into like something, and like this large fucking company, your flagship fucking game franchise, like you know, like, well, maybe not flagship, one of your flagships, you know, but still, that's Diablo. This is all you got? Maybe this is just maybe this is just a build for beta. Like, there is like a much more, but this is the one they crafted to let us test or let people test. I hope it's not the full game. I hope that's not. You've just got some things that are offline right now. Like, man, I do get a little worried.
Diablo 3 was, and it sucked. Dungeons were not fun or exciting to explore because there was no sense of, well, exploration or discovery. It was the same every time.
I mean, Diablo Immortal dungeons weren't super interesting either.
Years because of their complexity and randomization. Additionally, they have added locked doors, which to unlock require you to backtrack through the entire dungeon after you have cleared them, but then you have to run to the door again, there and back and there again. 2/3 of the dungeon traversal spent out of combat, running back and forth down the same linear paths generated since 2012 with Diablo 3. This is not what Diablo is supposed to be. Give us labyrinths and mazes. Got a lot of attention and a lot of upvotes.
Mm-hmm.
Why I'm mentioning it, and I'm wondering what you guys may think about this. I'm also noticing some of this. I'm also enjoying the hell out of this game still. So yeah, it's kind of a mixed emotion from me right now about this. I have to have the full version of the game to really get an idea of how potentially.
Let me play the game. I'll tell you
redundant
whether
the
you're heading
dungeons
in the
may
right direction or
actually
not.
be, because it's kind of tough
Because
to
Diablo
discover
Diablo
right
2 was
now,
the right
because there's going to be a
direction.
lot of world
Diablo
bosses to
3
mix
was
up
not.
the action here, and also different things going on outside of dungeons on the actual world map, I guess you would say. So let me know your opinion on this one. And then we have this. This is a great reply. Yuffie says this. And then there's me, who absolutely enjoyed running the dungeons. Sure, some had not the most amazing layout or mechanic, but the overall atmosphere of the dungeons was really good. And yeah, that's how I feel about it. The graphics here are absolutely stellar, and I think that helps alleviate the fact that some of these dungeons
No.
might feel a little bit repetitive, but again, only in the beta, only in one region. However, with that being said, I do agree with this right here. It says, I'm a bit sad that every cellar layout is 100% the same. Feels like it wouldn't be impossible to diversify the layouts a bit more. Yeah, I did start to scratch my head a little bit when I noticed,
That's what I'm saying.
hey, this is like
Like,
the
you're
exact
fucking
same cellar,
Blizzard.
completely different area.
And you can't even bother to
diversify
try.
that a bit more, and hopefully they can down the road. And we're going to talk about this one right here. It goes on to say this: area level scaling when other players are present feels weird. I was running around in the snow at around level 20 with my barbarian, clearing out goat mobs to get to an objective. They're pretty easy, but still had to be careful. They took a few hits before dying. I'm using Whirlwind and Dual Wield, whatever that's called, and reasonably kitted with mostly legendary items. At level 7 Sorcerer runs past me using Lightning and just clears the screen with 1 to 2 casts. Am I imagining this? Feeling weaker as you level up is disheartening. This experience would have been much better if I was solo. That being said, I've had a good experience doing world events with similarly level players basically wrestling each other. That feels great. So this is what I was kind of a little bit apprehensive with the Diablo instances and having other players in your experience is, yeah, in some cases they can actually take away from your own experience. However, overall, I myself have been really enjoying like the world bosses and things like that.
I would just put
also,
them in,
remember, yes,
you would be in tiers, like level tier servers or level, like leveling instances. Like if you're a certain level range, you're in that instance until you cross a threshold, and then you get into a new category.
On a low difficulty.
That's how Diablo Immortal was. Like it frustrates me that these people don't know what the fuck to do.
It'll take up virtually no time in your Diablo 4 journey. I think many people are hitting level 25 in the beta and going into the in-game mode. Of course, it won't feel good at that point. So, yeah, there's a lot to be discovered here. We haven't even gotten into the Paragon board and that sort of thing to really dissect and judge this game harshly. Also, a lot of people are noting that, yeah, when you're playing as Barbarian, you're seeing these powerful sorcerers come by. I think there's going to be some patches done to nerf and also buff things, so that's going to be interesting.
Don't nerf the sorcerers, just buff the fucking barbarians.
See what happens. And once again, people are trying to enjoy the game, and one of the big issues with a game like this is that there are just haters that will not allow people to enjoy the game. So yeah, let's talk about why are people being so rude to the ones that actually enjoyed the beta. It's an actual question. I would like to know why 100%. It seems that as soon as someone posts a positive comment or something about the beta, everyone is taking that chance to be an absolute jerk about it all. If you didn't,
because they're mad they're not in the beta,
or you, some of us did, and it's pretty infuriating.
Or maybe they were. I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. People just like to be salty.
Process beyond trying to ruin someone else's positive experience. Yeah. Again, you know, I just say let people enjoy what they want to enjoy, and I'm having a hell of a time in the beta right now. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see if they iron out some of these issues in the future. Of course. All right, time to go over your top comments. Remember, leave a comment down below if you clean up in a future video. Also, check out that big PS5, Xbox
And
Series X, and Nintendo
beyond
Switch
the
giveaway.
like I said earlier, beyond the
Well, but my most recent video was
extensive
about
fucking
this, all new updates from
monetization,
the dev
fucking
team.
it was almost
Things are
fucking.
changing even in the beta.
It was
It's great to
it
see that
almost
I'm able to get
it
into
almost got me to
the
quit
game a lot
earlier than
faster
when
now,
I
although I
did.
still think
But
there should be
beyond that, like the game was actually
Mine goes on to
enjoyable
say
to
this
play.
right here. He
Even
says,
on the
loving the
phone, it
barbarian
was
and the
alright.
challenge. It's definitely tougher, but it
I
makes it
needed
more
a lot
fun
of work,
and
and
exciting,
it still does.
given
But
how easy Diablo
it was
3
okay.
felt, in my opinion. Now, the Den Mother, though, has been by far the toughest challenge. It took me about 4 times to beat her after shifting around my build to try and keep up with that speed, but I haven't died any other point. So far, the beta has been really good for a beta. Excited for the release of the finished product. Exactly. It's a beta, and I myself have been having a blast with the barbarian. I also agree. I do like the challenge. There's been complaints that the barbarian is not
maybe it
powerful,
is
but
just
it's a
down to the
big
play
challenge.
style,
Much more
like the
challenging
individual
than like
play
this.
style that you
Flex
go with.
Wolf
Like
goes on to say
maybe
this.
made
I
worse
like the
decisions than
majority
other
of what
people
I
about your
played. It
build.
definitely looks more like Diablo than Diablo 3 did to me. The skill tree is nice but simple. Some synergy between them would be cool. Offline mode would be nice. I'd like to see them change the UI though. It's not bad if it were any other game, but being Diablo, I'd like to see it fit the theme more. Yeah, and what they've done here, oh, there's a lot more. Jeez. Okay, it says the dungeons did get repetitive as I expected, but I like how they look visually, but the overall design grows old fast, and you don't really get much after defeating the boss. I do like that a bunch of them have their own little lore and even some nice little side quests attached to them. The overall map so far is great to me. I love
That's
it. A lot
cool.
of people
I like
want a
the lore.
transparent map though. I really like the transmog and
I'm a
how you
lore whore.
unlock new styles.
I'm a
more
sucker
color
for
options,
lore,
though,
like
even
really.
at low level.
If it's
it was
good,
nice
I'll
to be able
sit down
to
and
make
read
my
the whole
character
thing.
look the way I want. I've only played the rogue so far, but I like them a lot. Setting traps that kill and freeze, plus throwing smoke bombs to daze and having skills and gear that increase damage when they are vulnerable, and unloading with barrage is fun. And to think, there's so many different classes to play around with, and I think that's one of the elements that is definitely not repetitive, of course, and really adds to the fun that is Diablo 4. But there it is, the latest happenings around Diablo. I'll keep you guys in the know about further patches, updates, official news from Blizzard, and of course stuff from you guys, concerns and issues that you would like to see ironed out. So please sound off in the comments down below. But thanks for watching, stay tuned for more, and I will see you all next time. Take care.
Alright. Alright. So now we are on to the Coravina group incident. But before we do that, I'm going to excuse me. I'm going to stretch, get some air, and smoke a cigarette real quick. And where are we at? Yeah, so I'll cut it here, and well, not the stream, but I'm gonna never mind. I'm still here. Don't worry about it. This is just more me than anything. What the?